Hey guys, just out in the garage, got some things reset up here. Got my first rod that I broke, and I'm going to work on changing out, putting this tip back on the end of the broken rod. I'm not going to video the whole thing, I don't want to bore you guys to death. I will take some other video along the way and talk about what I've done and what I'm doing. So I've got rod in the work stand here. Tip is broken off there, you can see. And from what I've been able to measure, if I can get this thing to focus, the tip of the rod here is very close to the same there. I should be able to take this and this broken part, this broken end, broken tip guide, and remove it and put it back on there. But I'm going to have to remove the other guide that's in the way, and I will keep you guys all posted and show you what I've got going on. Still can't get this dang thing to focus, so I'm going to have to work on that. But what I've done so far is I took a razor blade, and you can see it's kind of spiraled out there, and cut the adhesive and the thread away from the tip. Now I'm going to have to take my micro torch, crack torch as some people call it, and a pair of pliers. I'm going to have to heat that up, because the way that the tips are glued on is with a heated adhesive. So I'm going to take, and with that razor blade, I'm going to finish cutting this off so that I can see the defined line. And I'm going to slowly heat that up until I can hopefully see just a little bit of a bubbling out of there. And then I can pull this broken piece off. Alright, you can see that I got that tip off. I'd used more heat than I wanted. Actually didn't help the paint any on there, but I will at least be able to get that off of there and reuse it on this rod to get this rod back into service. As I say, the tip is pretty close to that area that broke, as they go in 0.5 millimeter sizes, so hopefully this will work. Now, as I said earlier in the video, I got this other guide here. I'm going to have to remove that. What I'm going to do there is I'm going to take a razor blade and really slowly shave that away, doing everything I can to not actually damage the rod blank itself. That's where it gets tricky. It's very easy to damage that blank and then end up having to go farther back down the line, or just pitch the blank completely. I'm using this one to, I'll say hopefully practice a little bit with. So if I end up destroying this blank, it's not the end of the world to me. But at the same time, I don't want to throw it away if I don't have to. It's actually a really nice graphite quantum micro tack 48 ton blank. It's not a bad blank whatsoever. So we're gonna see if I can fix it. Alright, so I got that end stripped off, and here's what I've done and what I'm doing until I end up buying the right one. Here is a laser level device I got at Home Depot. And you can't hardly see it. If you look way out there, like on the wall here, you can see a vertical line. What I've done is I've squared that up, and because of the lighting, you can't hardly see the bubble on that level. It's got there we go, got a level there. So I level that, and I square it up so that it goes straight down the rod. By doing that, it hits every guide. See if I can use my hand to show you. lighting is just horrible. I apologize. But you can kind of see it there, a pink line at every guide. I'm going to try and see if it'll show on this one. No. Anyways, now I can take that tip that I removed, and we'll see if it fits. I haven't even checked this yet, but we'll put it on there and we'll slide it on and glue it on, and because I have that laser on there, I can then see which orientation I need side to side on that to make it fixed. Alright, so what I did off camera is I've got this adhesive that I use. You take a razor blade and you cut just a little sliver off. And you saw how small that hole in the end of the guide is. You put just a few little pieces down in there, and it's basically a hot glue. So you take and you got that crack torch I showed you earlier, that micro torch, this one, and you real carefully you heat that up until you see the glue melt, and then you slide it back on down to the tip. And because I had that laser going, which you still can't see because of the lighting, I knew exactly where to place that tip so it was square. So now, next time I have my wrapper going and my adhesive, because I've got the adhesive for the guides, I'm going to build another rod this week, so I'll show you guys that. I'm going to wrap the tip and I'll glue that, and this rod will be ready to go back out on the water. So hopefully that helps you guys. I wish I could show it a little bit more, a little bit better. I'm going to invest in a GoPro. That way this is a whole lot easier. This is the abridged version. It gives you an idea of what I'm doing and what to expect if you're going to try and fix one. It is something you can do on the water. I'm going to try and spin this thing around so you can see me, so you're not staring at my work box. So it is something, if you broke the tip off out on the water, you can go to, say, Walmart. I have a kit around here, actually, that you can buy at Walmart in the fishing section and do that yourself. All it takes is that kit and a razor blade and I use that micro torch, but you could do it with a lighter. It really doesn't take a lot of heat, and a pair of pliers. Everybody's got a pair of pliers in their tackle box. So my recommendation, you've got a sharp knife if you're going to fillet fish. You've got a pair of pliers. Grab one of those kits at Walmart next time you're out. I'm going to see if I can find that dang thing. Here's that kit. Now, it isn't a micro guide kit, but it's at least a guide kit. So you'd have a guide on that pole if you break it out on the water. You're 20 miles from Walmart or something to go and buy yourself a new fishing pole, or if it's a nice pole and you want to continue using it, at least you've got a guide on there. That guide is a big thing for trying to cast out there, and having a broken tip, you can do it. I wouldn't recommend it. So I've done stranger things up in the boundary waters, but that's how I found that kit, was after I got out of the boundary waters to fix a pole like this. So anyways, thought I would show you guys a little bit of the process. I'll actually show you more of it later, and we'll go from there. Hopefully you guys like what you're seeing, and you can subscribe and help me out and show me what you want to know. Tell me what you want to know, and I'll show you what I know. Hopefully you guys share with your friends, and we can make this channel grow. Tight lines, my friends. Be safe.